Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the 90th minute listen. My name is Leon. I'm here with my co-host Mario, and today we'll be talking about. There's no set topic for today. It's just a lot of stuff has happened over the past couple of weeks, footballing wise, and we're just going to cover as much as we possibly can in the 1 hour. Mario earlier said that today was Coppa Italia.
Yeah. I saw the AC Milan Juventus match, and I think Inter lost to Napoli 1-0, and these are the first legs.
Okay, yeah. So I saw a post by the Bleacher Report about a controversial call with the CR7 penalty.
Yeah, cause that penalty
Apparently,
that
it was bicycle kick, ball touch hand, went to VAR say handball, Juve gets penalty, 1-1.
yeah, and in all honesty, that penalty. The thing is, it can be given, but because the rules change every 5 seconds, you don't know what is consistent anymore. Because what happened was that CR7 did a bicycle kick. Um, I don't think it was going to score anything, but
Mm-hmm.
that's besides the point. Because in read that he wasn't that close to the goal. It was
Yeah.
in the box, but they were wide from the goal. They were at a tough angle, and Davide Calabria has his back turned,
Yeah.
so he's blocking the bicycle kick, but he has his back turned to it, so he's not seeing it whatsoever. So there's no intention for him to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Zero intention whatsoever. The ball basically hit him like in him back, but
So
it,
it's more of a case of ball to hand than hand to ball.
it is.
But the question is asking what
Because
is
he didn't
what.
even see the bicycle kicking, his back is completely turned to CR7.
So the question is what are the referees looking at? And this is
The
why I
ball touch him
currently
hand.
say
I
that
mean, I think the reality of the
even
situation is that the ball did touch his hand, but he's running back to block the
yeah, but
cross.
unlike the handball for attackers, where it within the build-up play the ball touches the hand, the goal is ruled out. For defenders, the rule still says that there needs to be some sort of intent
Oh
to
no, there was
aim
no
the
intent.
ball with your hand.
There's no intent. Like his back is completely turned. He's
Or
throwing his
you're
body.
trying
He's
to make
basically
yourself
he's
unnaturally bigger.
yeah. He's literally just he's literally just running back and jumping to block a shot, and his head isn't even looking at the ball.
So it's very hard for us to call that intentional.
The hard press is non-intentional whatsoever. Him don't even realize that the ball hit him.
So I'm looking at the stats of the game, and Milan seem to have lost this game. 21 shots, 11 on target, 37%
Well,
possession.
don't look at that too much because the stats are kind of empty stats.
Ah, Juve 14 shots, 4 on target, 62% possession. So, this also is another question. A lot of persons have been asking is that Juve has not been playing great for the past couple of matches now.
Last couple of years.
And they've not been executing anything like Sarri ball that has been at Napoli. It's been slow, ponderous. The
Because
team is not picking up points.
CR7 refused to accept that he's not a winner anymore.
Yeah, but
And then he has a lot of
CR7 is
injuries.
the one that is scoring all the goals.
Yeah, but he's scoring a lot of penalties and he's scoring a lot of goals that aren't necessarily spectacular. And it's not like he's dribbling off of the wing and scoring these goals, which is why the squad looks so disorganized. He moves into striker positions from that wide role, but for some reason he wants to play that wide role when he's off the ball, and it doesn't work. And
Okay,
then
so
Juve has figured out their back four. They figure out their midfield, right?
uh-huh.
And they were just bullying Aaron Ramsey for the day. He was a constant threat, but they were constantly fouling him. And I think that Milan set up well today. They actually played well today. They played well,
So,
but it's still empty stats. Like, don't watch the shots. Don't watch the shots. There are a lot of wild shots today. People, overall, there was not much creativity today.
so these are
From
not.
either team. From either team. So a lot of the shots that you're seeing are just wild shots. Just taking shots
Uh,
because, yo, somebody need to take a shot. So there were a lot of wild shots. A lot of distance shots as well for the day because, again, there were no clear-cut chance. There was no breaking down of any of the two teams. Milan set up in a 4-2-3-1, or you could call it a 4-4-2. But, I mean, Cholanolu is naturally a number 10, and him playing in behind Zlatan. I assume that's a 4-2-3-1. But the reason why I say it's a 4-4-2 is because of how the two midfielders play.
mm-hmm.
Because you have to remember, Benacer, the Algerian central midfielder, he's really a Jorginho type, a Verratti type. He's really a register. And we know Frank Kessié is a box-to-box midfielder. And they played at the base of the midfield, so Milan had no out and out defensive midfielder on the pitch. And Cholanolu, as I said, played as a number 10, but really as a second striker. Samu Castelleo played on one wing and Ante Rebic played on the other, which I thought was unique, which is why I still think the formation plays like a 4-2-3-1. Rebic is really a forward. And him cutting in off of the left and cutting in onto his right foot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how, if I'm not mistaken, that's how he scored today. His runs from off of the left got him into good positions. Zlatan, I don't really see Zlatan. Well, you tell that Zlatan is not Zlatan anymore, but like he's still playing very good. And Samu Castelleo, I think because of the style of play that they're playing now, it limits him and Ante Rebic and even Cholanolu to some extent, creative wise. So basically, what it seemed like today is that Piolo, what he did with his team was that he put as much attacking talent on the pitch as possible,
Mm-hmm.
but played them in a defensive style of play. You know what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seemed like that was his team today. So they stayed organized, they worked hard, and played the defensive style of play. But just because of who they are as players, because again, Benacer is not a defensive midfielder. He's a deep line playmaker, or you could even call him a box-to-box midfielder that has a bit of creativity. And he played in that like more as a register today. And Kessié played alongside him as usual box-to-box midfielder. And like I said, Castellejo and Rebic are really attack-minded players.
So that was the lineup. That's how they played today then.
Yeah, so he threw on as much attacking players as possible, but he kept the team organized defensively, and they were all working together as a team today. But that stifled their creativity. If we're just talking about how each player plays, how the playing style is set up kind of stifled their creativity. Which I tell you that there was a lot of long shots today, a lot of wild shots.
So this was just one of those matches where the stats will make you believe that it was a game filled with creativity and attacking player, but the
No.
shots were of a poor quality.
Yeah, they were not quality shots. They were not. Neither team broke each other down. As a matter of fact, this I will give them this. This was a Milan Juventus derby. There should have maybe been two more red cards in there, but this was a Milan Juventus derby.
One of the classics of old.
Yeah, so there was a lot of pushing and shoving. There was a lot of
Right,
fouls.
historically these matches are not high scoring matches.
But like I said, like them, as soon as Ramsey touched the ball, somebody kicked him. Or pushing them back. The ball I get fouled like crazy today. The ball foul people and give us stupid free kicks today. So it was one of those games. They let take a elbow from Ibrahimovic. Wasn't intentional. Two of them jump up for a ball. I think that was Ibra's yellow card. Tio Hernandez got sent off. Left back
Yeah, for Inter.
for AC, sorry.
AC, yeah, that's it.
He got sent off, got a second yellow. A couple people got yellow cards.
Napoli beat Inter.
Yeah, the match ended on that.
Fabian was the goal scorer for that one. This looked like a smash and grab by Napoli based on the stats again. Stats don't tell the full story. But Inter 13 shots to Napoli 5, 4 on target from Inter and 2 on target for Napoli. And contest struggling cup games continues. In cup competitions, I should say, continues. So Conte played as usual 3-5-2. Inter lined up in a Napoli lined up in a 4-3. Very interesting front three for Napoli. Elmas, Mertens and Caglioni.
Bilal?
Napoli's front three was Mertens, Caglioni and Elmas. Which is an interesting front three to say the least. But looking on Inter's lineup, this is practically their starting 11 for Serie A.
It is.
So another question while we're still in Italy.
Alright?
Why another question?
No, that was the question.
Yeah. Do you believe that Conte struggled in cup games? That he overtakes them?
No.
As his record in cup games are extremely poor.
No, I don't think so. In the case of this Inter team is that the problem with this Inter team is that I don't think they're fully. I think we're expecting too much of them too soon.
Yeah, but even at Juve and at Chelsea, he did not win any cups.
Yeah, but what? At Juve he won cups.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he didn't win.
This guy did not win the Serie A alone at Juve. I'm guaranteeing you that. I distinctly remember as a Roma fan that at some point he even won a treble. Well, at least a Italian treble, where Super Coppa Italia, Coppa Italia, and the Serie A title. Yes, he doesn't prioritize cups. I don't think he prioritizes them. I think the only cup he really prioritizes is the Champions League. In the case of his last Juve squad and maybe Chelsea, but of course Chelsea didn't give him the players he need, and his Juventus squad, he left them a year before they made it to a Champions League final.
Yeah, so he only has one Super Cup, while at Inter 3 leagues and one. What would you call it? So he has only won the Italian. Yeah, he has only won one cup while he was at Juve, which is the Super Cup.
Yeah, the Super Coppa Italia.
Yeah, that's all. He has never won Coppa Italia.
But he never prioritizes that. He prioritizes the Champions League and the league.
Yeah, but he has also not performed in the Champions League either.
Well, I would have said that. I just think that the era that his Juventus team played in was the same era as Pep Guardiola's Barca.
11, 12, 13, 14. Those are the 2 seasons that he was at Juve for. And as he left, Allegri took them to a Champions League final. I remember correctly.
Yeah, but here's why I didn't want you to state it like that. Allegri took his squad, his playing style, everything he set up, and they went to a final. I don't give that to Allegri. I don't give that to Allegri. I do not give
Allegri that. He has also repeated that on multiple times. It wasn't just a one-off situation.
No, he only repeated that once. Stop. He repeated that once. Don't make it look like it's a regular thing.
Yeah, but if you're judging both managers...
No, but what I'm saying is, what did Allegri change in that Juve squad the first time they went to the Champions League final?
They didn't change much.
Nothing changed.
Yeah,
Nothing. No, stop. Nothing changed. No, nothing changed. Nothing changed. You know the one I'll give Allegri credit for?
Mario.
Yeah.
4 times Italian Cup winner.
Yeah.
3 times Super Cup winner. 2 at Juve. All of his Italian Coppa Italia at Juve, right? And 4 league titles, 5 league titles with Juve.
Yeah.
And then you're going to say that, oh, yeah, the first season, he
didn't change. There was nothing he changed.
That as the season progressed, that he was still using contest scheme and contest tactics?
Yes, there was no change. There was literally no change. No, there was no change. But I'm telling you, there was no change. It was the same back three.
So why wasn't Conte able to win the Italian?
Because they were in an era of the Guardiola's Barcelona.
Guardiola's Barcelona ended in 2012.
Yeah, but they were still that team.
And
then you had Glapenke's, hold on. And then you had Glapenke's Bayern Munich, right?
Yeah, that was 12-13.
Exactly. Now, hold on, stop. Conte at Juventus played well in the Champions League, but he got more difficult teams to face in the Champions League as well. Allegri's season was basically continuing what Conte did. The first Champions League final that Allegri went to is just continuing. Was literally an exact continuation of what Conte already had established. Put it this way. I'll put it in the most simple way I can put it.
Mm-hmm.
If Conte stayed at Juventus for one more season, they would have still made it to that Champions League final.
And what about the second Champions League final?
That's the one I give Allegri credit for, because you know why? And you want to show you why even Allegri knows that.
Mm-hmm.
He changed damn near everything for that second Champions League.
Allegri's Juventus team went further than all of Conte's teams in the Champions League.
Yeah, and I'll say that. Hold on. And I'll say it again. That first season, even if Allegri was not there, even if Conte stayed for another year.
Even if we take out the first season, he still progressed further than any other Conte team ever did.
But look at this. What he changed a lot in those seasons. That's why I said I'm not giving him credit for the one that they lost against Barca in 2015. Because if Conte was still in charge of that team, they would have still made it to that final. It was his tactics, his formations, his set of players, literally everybody, his set of players.
And then where Conte played...
And just to show you how much Allegri changed the entire squad, because he wants credit for his Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
So he changed the whole squad entirely played. When Conte was at Juventus, they played with a 3-5-2.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for that season that they went to the Champions League final. Nothing changed about that squad. Hold on. When Allegri went to the second Champions League final that he went to, right?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Allegri had a weaker Syria to face. Keep that in mind as well. That all of those Coppa Italias and Super and thing there that you talk about, he had an easier Juventus to run. The Syria got weaker after Conte left. So that's why I said don't overcredit Allegri. Allegri hasn't done anything special. Even though he has won more, it was easier to win. The one thing I'll give him credit for was changing his formation to a 4-2-3-1 for the second Champions League that season run. And then when he met tough teams, what did he change back to?
Yeah, that was always been a leg. A leg has always been a thinker.
No. I'm not saying that he isn't a tactical manager. No. What I'm saying is, he, the first Champions League final he went to is basically contest squad. It is actually contest squad. There's no real changes in that squad. Nothing playing style, nothing how they operate, nothing personnel. The second one, he completely changed it to what he wanted. He brought in Mandzukic and played him as a ram duter, dropping the ball into that number 10 role. PLH as his deep line playmaker, Kedera as well, or Matuidi depending on who he wants to use. So I'll give him credit for that squad. But I don't give him credit for the first squad because even if Conte was still there, they would still make it to that Champions League final. And again, all of those Serie A years that Conte was there are actually harder years to win the Serie A and the Cups than when Allegri came in as Juventus manager. Allegri had the easier job.
Alright, so that's Italy. On the summer transfer news, I think everybody should know by now. Chelsea has signed Hakim Ziyech for 38 million. Both clubs confirmed it this morning. So, thoughts on that one, Mario? Chelsea signed another African player, continuing a long tradition of having African wingers at the club.
Again, Zayek is not a winger. Stop announcing him as a winger. He's an attacking midfielder.
Well,
even if you want to use him, yeah, he's not a winger. Though we're not. We call him either the 90minutes.com.
Yeah, he's
we're
an
not there.
attacking midfielder, but chances are he's going to be played out.
Listen, you can put that in the universe all you want because you still want Mason Mount to start. But at the end of the day,
still want Mason Mount to start. What's going to happen?
Again, I won't act like I know Frank Lampard's mind and tell you that okay, he's definitely going to start him on the wing. But as Zayek as
or a winger or as an inside forward on the right hand side, or he plays him as a number 10, or if he plays 4-3-3. He plays him as one of his attacking midfielders or attacking playmaker from the central midfield slot.
But that's Zayek's natural position.
Yeah, that's his natural role. But I'm just saying, Chelsea is continuing a long tradition of winning with African players. And I think, I might be wrong on this one, but I'm 90% sure that all of Chelsea's African signings since Roman Abramovich took over has all been massive hits.
No.
Can you name one that wasn't
Giloboji, Baba Rahman?
90%. That's what I said, 90%.
I still would say that. I still would say that.
We know the famous
Drogba, Essie, and Kalu. And then Kalu wasn't really that much of a success because he was always a super sub. He was always somebody that was brought on.
True, always a super sub, but Kalu has, as Chelsea fans, Kalu has great memories of Kalu doing a job when needed.
No, I'm not saying that he wasn't successful at Chelsea. I'm just saying that you can't really pretend like he was and then John Obi Mikel and Chelsea have always had an up and down relationship.
Yeah,
as it
I
pertains
think
to the
more
fans.
like the fans that Mikel had an up and down relationship.
Yeah, as it pertains to the fans.
You don't get them once again Mikel has for Chelsea and not be a vital member.
Oh, no. I love John Obi Mikel. That I talk about like the majority of, not even just from Chelsea fans, but even the respect he deserves in Europe. I think that he was as good as a midfielder.
At the time, most persons don't understand Mikel or what Mikel was brought in to do at Chelsea. He was at Chelsea for, I think, 12 seasons?
Yeah, about 10 years, a little over 10 years.
Yeah, 11 seasons actually. So, 11 seasons at Chelsea, the amount of over 249 appearances for the club.
Too many substitute appearances.
And there were seasons where he was a starter.
Yeah, we're not consistent there. That's the same thing I'm bringing about Kalu.
Because I remember when
And that
Dortmund
partially
got
has to do with
fired.
Chelsea constantly changing managers and every manager
That,
coming with their own
but I
plan.
remember when Dortmund got fired, and they brought in
Hitting.
Gus Hiddink.
And he did not play him as a
No,
defensive
went for
midfielder.
Mikel. He
Yeah.
brought in Mikel to steady the ship.
No, but he wasn't playing as a defensive midfielder in Hitting's system. Matic was still a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, much just yes.
And then that's another problem. And then that was another problem with Mikel at Chelsea. Every other manager wanted him to use him as a defensive midfielder when that isn't necessarily naturally his role.
No, because for Nigeria, I think he played as a number 10 for Nigeria at the time.
Well, not as a 10 at that time. Before that as a 10.
No, before that as a 10.
At that point, he was Nigeria's deep line playmaker. He was a deep line playmaker for Nigeria. Earlier in his career, them used him in behind. But as he got older, of course, by that time, Nigeria, I think, switched to using a midfield too. Whether it was they were going to use their were 3-4-3, or when they still use the 4-4-2. But Mikel was their deep line playmaker, and we saw how he played well under Whistle. So most managers not playing him in his merit role, just because he's physically strong. Some inconsistent performances from him as well. I can't put it just on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. Him and Kalu, I can't necessarily. They're both Chelsea legends in my eyes. But other than Didier Drogba, Michael Essien, who his career still didn't go exactly how he wanted it to go.
But he's a Chelsea legend.
No, I'm not denying that. He's a Chelsea legend. But we still never get the best out of him. But that was more injuries. And other than Essien, Drogba, let's say we throw Mikel and Kalu in here.
Mm-hmm.
Who are really the other African players that we were really successful with? Because Desai counts as a French player.
Yeah, yes, but that's just because of how France is. But between Desai, oh God.
But Desai played for France, so he can't. Malouda was not a French player. Malouda was a French player.
I think it was French Guinea was his national team.
No, France was his national team. Brother, I'm playing at the 06 finals, isn't it?
Yeah, I know he had did some change of.
What, when he's 40 years old? Yes, and he played for a Caribbean team. It was a CONCACAF Gold Cup that his Caribbean team got disqualified from because he didn't play.
Oh, okay, yeah, but yes, I do remember.
But that was when he was 40. That was damn near when he was retired.
So, back to Ziyech at Chelsea now. Yesterday we had like a little small talk over it. He said that this move away from Ajax was long coming and it's overdue for Ziyech, as Ajax coach Ten Hag alluded to. He always thought that he would have already been one of the players to leave. And when other players left before him, he was shocked that he was still here. Granted, the manager is not saying that he didn't really wanted him to go, but a player of his talent and a player of his team,
I don't think it's going to affect Ajax that much.
very long.
I don't think it's going to affect Ajax that much, but they have a literal like for like replacement for him already.
That's what I'm saying. Of course, it won't affect Ajax. Now, he's in the Premier League. What do you expect, or what are your expectations of him?
I hold my expectations until I see the squad that is built around him. I'll stop just looking at a player and expecting them to transform an entire bad behaving squad. That's one of the things that stop being as
one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, one piece of the puzzle. One piece of the puzzle.
So in isolation, what are your in a good squad? If you get a good squad, what do you expect for persons who don't watch the Eredivisie and only have seen glimpses of him from the Champions League with Ajax? What will they be seeing
A
from this
hard-working,
player in
one
the
first and
section.
foremost, a hard-working player, creativity and flair, good technical ability, very adaptive as it pertains to playing anywhere in attack. Probably can even use him as a false nine at times. His best position to play is as an attacking midfielder, or if you want to play him as a playmaker from midfield in a 4-3-3. And sure, Ajax has used him on the wings for the past 2 years, but that's more as an inside forward than an out and out winger.
Mm-hmm.
So the rules aren't necessarily the same just because they seem out wide. I know a lot of people watch the Champions League would think that, oh yeah, this guy's a winger, or that's not his best position. So if you're looking for Lionel Messi from Hakim's like, don't expect it in the Premier League. He's much suited, especially in the Premier League, he's much suited as a playmaker.
So we're looking at this time when it looks that Lampard wants to address his creativity problem that he has in his strikers and goal scoring as Gareth will get his goals when he's in attacking position to score goals, but we also create goals.
But here's the thing though, I don't want people to think that Zach is going to come in and be like a Lionel Messi type of goal, as it pertains to being an inside forward. He's not a Mo Salah with the goals. And that's the expectation I don't want people to have, because he's more of a playmaker. He's not your Iron Robin, he's not your Mohamed Salah. Now that he's not that talented, what I'm saying is he's really a lot more of a playmaker.
His playing style to provide the goals.
Exactly. You'll probably get more assists out of him, or should get more, or expect more assists out of him than goals. Not saying that he can't have a season where he rack up goals. I'm not saying that he can't have a season where he rack up goals.
The type of player he does get goals, but his assists are always higher than his goals.
And as there should be, he's a playmaker.
So Tammy Abraham should be smiling and clapping his hands, like all strikers, very happy that a playmaker is coming into the squad to provide for him. He's also very good on set pieces. He's very keen on set pieces, I should say. So he has over 100 career goals for both club and country. And for another person, he plays for Morocco. Born in Netherlands, decided to play for Morocco. So, speaking on transfer targets for Chelsea, the rumor mill is also saying Onana from Ajax as well is coming in to be Chelsea's next goalkeeper. Another African player. And yesterday it said that Onana coming into the squad is an upgrade on Kepa. Not a massive upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Yeah, because I think that
Onana's already getting a leader for the defense, a goalkeeper that commands his box, which is the exact opposite of what Kepa is right now. And with defenders that will be.
Alright, hold on. Just to give like a context first. The reason why I point out Onana being a leader at the back in a sense in that he'll help organize his defense, or he'll shout more at his defense.
Yeah, I was just getting that where we have young.
Hold on. I just want to give the people who are listening some context. That I saw that based on his performances for Cameroon in the African Cup of Nations, which they won. And he was their starting goalkeeper for the entire time, and he's a very vocal player. And my only problem with him is that he can make silly mistakes sometimes. But the reason why I think he's a slight upgrade than Kepa is because of that vocality. Because he's more vocal with his defenders. Two, he's just as good on the ball, being that he's a Barcelona La Masia Academy graduate. And I was surprised when Barca didn't keep him, but of course they signed Silesen instead of putting Onana. Instead of stifling Onana behind Ter Stegen, they signed Silesen and used Onana in the trade to Ajax.
Yes.
And I think that Barca gave away a very good talent, but I could understand that it was wrong place, wrong time.
Yes,
and based on what I've seen from him in the Europa League is that he can make little small goals score that shouldn't score. I will see that in Kepa sometimes as well, but I think he's a slight upgrade over Kepa, and I think their ceilings are very, very high.
what you say, one's more vocal, one's not so vocal. There's different playing styles for goalkeeper as they are for midfielders. Not every not every goalkeeper is vocal and commanding, and not and you have the exact opposite. So Kepa is the not so vocal goalkeeper while Onana is the vocal one. No. Where the vocality comes in and the commanding of the box comes in is with young defenders or with no leader in Chelsea's defense at this moment, as they are not surveilled by anybody to rectify these issues. There's no leader in the back line. Do you believe Onana can be that leader to keep his defenders organized, to drag
Not
the
necessarily,
centre back
because I
into
don't think any
position?
goalkeeper can. I don't really think any goalkeeper can. You still have to buy a defender that is that player that helps to organize the defense. Like, you can't run from that.
You can never, yeah, of course, you can never run from that. But would it help?
I don't think you notice the help. I don't think you notice it that much. In all honesty.
Is where they need to prioritize getting a leader in that centre back. Just like
Here's the thing. I don't think Onana interrupts your priorities. That's what I think. I don't think I don't think it interrupts the priorities of Chelsea. So you can get Onana and still prioritize getting a defender. So the idea is to get the idea or the aim is to get both.
That defense is still an absolute must.
Yeah. Because I don't think any goalkeeper in the world can completely organize the defense. Not even Oliver Kahn could. No, it helped to have a Oliver Kahn around the back. It helps to have a Manuel Neuer around the back, but you still need a Matt Hummels. You still need a Daniel Van Boyten at Bayern. You know what I'm saying? So
you still need a Carlos Puyol.
You still need a Carlos Puyol. You still need somebody like that. So
Chelsea need to find out their John Terry.
Okay. Just to throw that over. But enough about Chelsea now.
We're moving along. I want to take like a wider look at the Premier League. A wider look at Arsenal. But a wider look at the Premier League. The winter break for the Premier League is almost finished. Now, when we look at the Premier League table, it stands out. Liverpool 22 points ahead of Manchester City. Leicester City in third. Chelsea in fourth. Sheffield United in fifth. Tottenham in sixth with a game in hand. Everton is in seventh. Man United 8th. Wolves 9. Arsenal 10. And that rounds out the top 10. Now Liverpool 25 games in. 13 games left in the season. 24 wins, 1 draw. I remember you saying that every team has a cycle, and this is just Liverpool's time based on their performances. They can still do Newcastle's Kevin Keegan, but that's very unlikely at this moment. But I want to talk about Sheffield United. Yes, the established top 6 is not performing, but to be fifth at this stage of the season, there should be some credit to Chris Wilder for that, and to the players at Sheffield United. Your thoughts?
Again, I won't overreact to what Sheffield is doing. I still want to see what is going to happen to them over the course of the rest of the season. And I keep telling you this. The reason why I don't want to overreact to this, or I don't want, and yes, they deserve credit. Credit is deserved where it's due. But the reason I'm not going to overreact to this is because I see it happen too many times. You're a new quantity in the Premier League. The majority of your players are unknown by the Premier League, so you're going to perform well in your first season. At least one promoted club does that. Every season. Every season in the Premier League. Hold on, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. And here's why I wouldn't say that yet. I think it's premature to say that. We're in what, February now?
At this moment, we're in European.
Yeah. Hold on. That's why I say it's still too premature to say that yet. Because we're in February now. You still have March, you still have April, and you still have May. And of course, May is the end of the season. But
Yes, but
the reason why I still say it's
doing so.
premature. The reason why I still say it's premature to say that is because
Uh,
the top six isn't secured as it is. Sure, Liverpool
no,
are
it's
running
not.
away with the title, but the top six itself isn't secured. There isn't a real gap between, or a very big gap between sixth and ten, fifth and tenth, or fourth and tenth.
Fourth and tenth, be more precise here.
Yeah, fourth and tenth. There isn't
So
that big a gap
the top three is full. The top three have pulled away effectively, and Chelsea's inability to win matches
on a
is the
consistent
reason
basis.
why this is still so close between fourth and fifth.
But from fourth to tenth, I don't think it's completely secure. What the picture that you're looking at is completely secure.
It's 10 points between fourth and fifth.
Exactly, I don't see that as a secure means of, all right, yeah, man, Sheffield, and let's say that Sheffield finishes like sixth, right?
Uh,
Let's say them finish sixth. It still goes back to my point of, you're going to have a surprise out of the three teams that get promoted every season. But that same team might be in a relegation battle next season because now the Premier League has figured out the players, your playing style, and what you like to do from what you don't like to do.
mm-hmm.
And then, how will your signings in the summer window affect your team going into next year as it pertains to chemistry and how they work? Because the thing about Sheffield this year is that they have a lot of unknown quantities. So, as usual, one out of the three teams that get promoted is going to shoot up the table in their first season and get a comfortable finish. And sure, if they finish in Europe, then hats off to them. But again, I still don't want to jump to any conclusions right now. We're just in February. At the end of the season, I'll do a full review of what I think of, or a full. I'll speak more about how I feel about Sheffield, but I don't want to make a deal out of it now just because they're in fifth. Because I felt like I've seen this before.
Okay, so another club we want to take a look at is Bournemouth. Do you believe Eddie Howe has taken Bournemouth as far as they can go?
Not necessarily.
Do you think that he still has more to give to the club? Or the club has more to give for him?
I would say the latter.
So the club has more to give
Yeah,
him?
you have to remember, they're the only club that doesn't use their 100 mil a season to really improve the squad.
They invest heavily in their infrastructure.
Because they need to.
They invest heavily
So
in
I'm not criticizing the club or Eddie Howe right now.
Oh, no. This is not criticism. I thoroughly believe that Bournemouth's model is the model that most clubs that get promoted should follow.
Get stability first. Get stability first, and once you're fully stable, once you know, say, all right, my infrastructure is good, my academy is well invested in as it pertains to facilities, scouting, my stadium may need improvement, whether it is for expansion.
These are all avenues that can bring in additional revenue for the club.
Exactly. So if you're using your 100 mil a season for the past three or four seasons now.
Yes, 3 seasons now.
Yeah, 3 seasons now to build the infrastructure of the club. All you need Eddie Howe to do is steady the ship until you can give him players that truly improve his squad. Now, the good thing about Eddie Howe's squad is that people underestimate that Eddie Howe's squad is actually young and improving.
And the business model that Bournemouth have is the model that they had kept coming up the new table where they look in the division below and you look for talent and bring them into the club and to use them, play them, and maybe if they're good enough to stay, they can get another sale for them, they get another sale for them. But I firmly believe that the first thing a promoted club should do is if you do not have the infrastructure to stay in the Premier League, because it makes no sense you're buying Premier League players or you're buying players, giving them big wages, and you don't have the infrastructure to maintain this in the long run. So hats off to the ownership of Bournemouth, hats off to Eddie Howe. He's kept them in a stable position, he's kept them out of the relegation zone, and he's always found a way to turn around their season. And that's one of my biggest praise that I have for him, is that Bournemouth will be losing 5-6 matches on the season, and then he finds a way, turn it around, they start picking up some wins, and they finish mid-table. collect the 100 mil again, they push the reset button, start again.
But what the problem is, or I'll play the negative person here. The problem
Mhm.
is you can get relegated while you're doing that.
You can. It is a risky strategy.
So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that Eddie Howe has to avoid. Don't get relegated.
And
They play good
you
football, so their
see,
fans are always entertained when they're winning.
sure, they are. They're very entertaining to watch.
So for now, Eddie Howe doesn't have to worry. The point where you have to say that Eddie Howe can't go anywhere with this Bournemouth team is okay
Mhm.
after Bournemouth set up whatever structure they're setting, because you don't know how
Yes.
long this structure take to set, you know. Because let's say that Bournemouth wants to have a Chelsea level academy,
Mm-hmm.
a Man City type stadium,
Yeah.
right? That might take a few more years of spending 100 million
Of course. It's not
before you
like they
can
have
before
gone.
you can give Eddie Howe the 100 million and say, yo, all right,
Yes, because
a
it's
time now
too.
for a time now for you prove yourself on the highest stage. We'll give you some players where world class or close to world class.
Yeah, like I
Just
said, it
offer.
took Chelsea, Roman, a good couple seasons with a blank check, as you would call it, to get Chelsea's academy up to scratch. And they had a blank check to spend on the academy.
And I would say the same with City and their infrastructure.
Yep, same thing as well.
Because remember, they were still fighting relegation when they got took over.
Mm-hmm. Right, so leaving the Premier League and let's jumping across the top five leagues really at this moment in time. We have the Bundesliga, and Bayern is at the top of the table again. Only a point, but Bayern is at the top of the table again. Now, does this say that Bayern is just that good, or the other Bundesliga teams are just that bad?
I don't think so. I honestly think that the Bundesliga has gotten more competitive, and there's not really an acceptance for that. I know that Bayern haven't been playing their best either.
Yes, Bayern has been far from their best, but the fact that Bayern not at their best, they've not been at their best for the past 3 seasons,
Yeah,
and
but
they
they still
still
have world
find
class talent,
themselves
and I always say that sometimes that can keep you.
world class talent, yes, but this is a squad that is aging. This is a squad that
It doesn't matter if you still have the world class talent. You're good. That's my
I
point.
wouldn't even say world class talent because
They have world class. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Coutinho is a world class talent. Um, Muller is still a
Coutinho,
world class talent. Lewandowski
no,
is still the best striker in the league. Stop it. You have Ivan Perisic who
Lewandowski is
ripped
world
apart the
class.
Syria for the past 3 years.
Thiago is world class. Gnabry, Goretzka, Pavard,
Those and those are
Kimmich,
those
great
are the
players.
youngsters.
But Muller's numbers have been declining
No, but he's still a
every
world class
season.
player. So even if he's not putting up big numbers a season, meaning on a consistent basis, when it counts, he's a world class player. So you can get far with that. You want me to give you an example of how Bayern look now, and I'm going to give you another Bayern team that did well despite not having the greatest talents in their squad.
Mm-hmm.
Look back at look back at the 2010 Bayern squad.
The
When you had
2010,
the
that
2010
would have
Bayern squad with
been
Daniel Van Boyten, players like Breno, Timo Schupp.
but that was because
Hold on.
of the tactical system that was
No,
in
no,
place
no,
at
no,
the
no, no, no,
time.
no, no. Bayern, that was not the best Bayern squad. Sure, you
Of
still
course,
had
it
one and
wasn't
two
the
players.
best
Hold on, no, no,
Bayern
you
squad,
still
but
no, you
most of the deficiencies were taken out because of the coach at the time.
no, no, but you still have to
Van Gaal had a lot of stuff at that time.
no, but here's
And you should remember, he finished third.
exactly. But his team wasn't the greatest talented team. Remember that he had Aaron Baum Johan as one of his strikers, you know.
Yes, and we finished third. We did not win the Bundesliga.
Yeah, but my point is this. My point is this. The Bundesliga, we're there February now, so we still don't know who's going to win the Bundesliga. So again, you can't really draw any conclusion right now. But what I will say is that we should enjoy the competition going on in the Bundesliga.
I do thoroughly enjoy the competition. I would say it has been quite boring recently seeing Bayern win the league in February, March.
But not only that, I think people are underestimating how good the other teams are actually playing.
That's what I'm saying. Is it a case where Bayern is just that good on other teams? Because you should remember that Bayern is climbing back from about 4th, 5th.
Yeah, but what you see, the thing is, you're saying climbing. It wasn't that big of a climb. The space in between those teams were not that great.
Still, you know what I'm saying?
Brother, up to Up to last month, Gladbach were close to being first.
Yes, Gladbach was first, yes.
Up to last month, they were either close to being first. So
no, last month Gladbach was first.
Exactly, and this is the most. And as a matter of fact, I have to shout out to this Gladbach coach because I didn't really necessarily care for him, but
Yeah.
I like this Gladbach coach. But my point is this: like, you have to, when other teams improve, we just have to see them improve. Now Bayern aren't playing at their absolute best.
Other teams have not improved. No, I would not say that.
Bayern aren't playing at their. I will still give you that Bayern aren't playing at their best. But at the end of the day,
team that I still feel it for is Wolfsburg, you know, because it's Wolfsburg. We have a soft spot for Wolfsburg. It's one of the traditional clubs. And I love to see that Schalke is back among the European leagues. Leverkusen is doing what Leverkusen does. They finish high up the table one season, then the next season Leverkusen are always done that. I'm glad to see that Leipzig is back again among the league. Dortmund has always been among it, but they've never been able to finish it off. They've always been the nearly men, so to speak, after Klopp. One of my surprises, though, is Werder Bremen is in the relegation zone.
was that surprising?
Okay, so Werder Bremen is one of those traditional Bundesliga.
But they haven't been that for years.
Like
They haven't been that since 2010. Yeah, but they haven't been that since 2010.
They haven't been recruiting well. The academy has been failed. The coach has not really been doing the best of jobs there. But they are one of the traditional Bundesliga clubs.
Yeah, but
the infrastructure.
Not infrastructure.
They are.
Yeah, but they haven't been that club since 2010. Literally after Ozil marrying Aaron Hunt and those guys got sold. They haven't been that club. Sure, they had a little spell with Arnautovic, but even he was the only really big transfer from that club. And I wouldn't say that they have completely recruited badly. I just think that coaching has been a big issue. Because right now they have a lot of good talents in that squad. But them being in the relegation zone is just like when Hamburg got relegated. I expected that. Because they haven't been the Hamburg with the Rafael van der Vaart and Juan Pablo Sorin and the Paulo Guerreros of the world. So when Hamburg, and then look at Stuttgart, when Stuttgart got relegated, I expected that. They're not the Stuttgart with Kakao and Mario Gomez and Sami Khedira. They're not that Stuttgart team.
It's funny that these traditional teams, like you say, that were always staples in the Bundesliga, they started to get relegated when the Bundesliga went into a massive lull, where all the teams were just poor by Bayern.
I'm gonna give a conspiracy theory. I'm gonna give a fun conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
The World Cup winning squad fuck up the Bundesliga.
It's not like something a Dortmund fan would say.
No, but the World Cup squad fuck up the Bundesliga.
Alright. Why do you think that?
Because look at all of the players. Look at all of the players that have been in the World Cup squad. As it pertains to the traditional squads that were in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
When Mario Gomez got Bayern and Khedira got Madrid, welcome to Stuttgart. When Marco Marin got Chelsea, Ozil got Madrid. I think Aaron Hunt went to Hamburg, but the point is them losing. What happened to Werder Bremen? Just start fall off of the map. What when Edin Dzeko go Man City from Wolfsburg? A couple of the Wolfsburg players left the other clubs, but they didn't go to necessarily bigger clubs.
No, the only big one that left was De Bruyne to...
No, I thought even before them get there, Bruyne, when that was getting back something after years.
That was building back again.
Yeah. So, and even then after that, they had bad recruitment. Or the recruitment was good, but the team just never worked together.
Yeah, but the core of the World Cup squad, if you want to say the core, was made up of players from Bayern, a few from Dortmund, Madrid.
No, but my point is that most of the people who ended up making that World Cup squad, right?
All of their respective clubs to play for bigger.
To go to bigger clubs.
So you're saying that generation of players was the reason why the Bundesliga
took a dive. And I wouldn't even just say that World Cup squad, but that World Cup generation. What when Nuri signed? Look at what when Nuri signed left Dortmund. Well, sure, Dortmund still went on to have success, but he was a part of their league winning team. Went to Madrid, too much injuries. Went to Liverpool unknown, had too much injuries again. Came back to Dortmund, and as you said, it became the nearly men. And then eventually Dortmund moved on from him. Arturo Vidal ended up leaving Leverkusen for Juventus. Was Andre Schürrle come at Chelsea for a couple of Leverkusen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put all the pressure upon Stephen Kiesling in old age.
He wasn't that old at the time.
Not at the time, but eventually, in India for a time. Yeah, so...
So the only person that kept their star players was Bayern.
Exactly.
And then
Bayern bought some people because, again, Mario Gomez was at Stuttgart and he left for Bayern.
Yes, I'm not going to talk. I just want to say Bayern then cherry-picked the top from the league.
And who Bayern never gone somewhere else in Europe.
So I'm saying that generation of players
fuck up the Bundesliga.
For the lull that the Bundesliga went through for the
Toni Kroos was a star for Leverkusen and for Bayern. Take up himself going to Real Madrid after he won the Champions League with Bayern. Went on to do great things, but my point is it fuck up the Bundesliga.
The only player from the World Cup that actually maintained his levels.
I think Kramer is the only person who's still at Gladbach right now.
So here's the question.
Benedict Toedes left Schalke and gone to Juventus. Fuck up Schalke. You know how long Schalke build back them defense? I know Schalke can build back a proper defense. And see now Salif Sane injured for the entire season. Him just get back a decent centre back and him injured for the entire season.
Schalke did a very unlucky trouble. Some of their problems that they were making.
Them take Barca youngster on the Todibo.
Yeah.
For help with the defensive problems.
So between Bayern, let's leave an earlier forecast. Between Bayern, Leipzig, Dortmund, Gladbach, who do you believe Comey will be sitting at the top of the table?
I think it's Dortmund's title to lose. And Gladbach, I won't expect much from them this year because I think they're too young a team.
Mm-hmm.
So the team that actually starts is not the Gladbach core that we're used to.
Yeah, it is a new...
Yeah, can't tell last one must say.
Building something new for the future. Building...
Stindl look like him, but upon him, I don't want to say him upon him way out because he's still one of the leaders in the team. But he doesn't look needy.
Stindl look upon him last leg.
I wouldn't say that. Still in him prime now.
Still in prime, yes, but I think Gladbach needs to move on. I think one of the problems that some of the Bundesliga clubs had, I know Bayern is going through the same thing right now, is that they hold on to certain players a bit too long, and the changing of the guard is very slow in the Bundesliga. Clubs don't, the turnover of players in the Bundesliga is surprisingly low compared to the other leagues.
True. But I wouldn't say that Stindl is the one that you should do that with at Gladbach. There's other players I would throw it in here, like a Fabian Johnson, a Traore, and as much as I hate saying it, a Patrick Herman. And Jonas Hoffman hasn't had the season that he had since I think he got injured. He hasn't had the season that he had last season. Jonas Hoffman was great last season. Patrick Herman can't stay up on the field for 5 minutes. As soon as him touch the field, him twist him ankle or him knee him buckle or something like that. Him can't stay fit. And Stindl's another one who can't leave the injury table. Tony Anschka old, Oscar went old. And we've replaced those guys pretty well. We have El Davidi and the Algerian left back. I don't remember his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Boshegli or something. I don't know. But we have an Algerian left back that's very good right now. Won the Cup of Nations with Algeria. Can also play in defensive midfield. And of course we have Switzerland's El Davide who can play either right back or centre back as a replacement for Tony Anschka. We have Matthias Ginter and Christoph Kramer as the two German players in the core of the team. And even Kramer. What that?
How long do you think Ginter is going to be there?
I don't know, he's the core of our defense.
Yeah, not even the core of the defense.
Yeah, but remember him already tried a big club thing, never worked out for him.
Sure, but through the Ginter, but national team partnership in the future. Yes.
No. But I don't think he needs to leave Gladbach to still be a starter for Germany.
Of course he'll be a starter, but we all know which club he's coming soon.
No, but he already failed at Dortmund, so I don't see Bayern signing him.
That's Dortmund.
I don't see Bayern signing him.
Dortmund is not Bayern, there's a difference.
No, but I don't see Bayern signing him if you have Nicolas Sule already. That's my point.
Yeah, but
I see them more going after Tar before them go after Ginter.
Yeah, I don't think, I feel like Leverkusen and Dortmund secretly going on, I feel like the other 17 clubs in the Bundesliga had a special meeting and they decided that no more selling to Bayern.
And I think that would go for Gladbach as well.
Yeah, I think that goes for Gladbach as well. As we saw, but I remember it was Wenger that said that more and more we're going to see players rubbing down their top shots and leaving on freeze.
Well, it depends on the length of the contract, right?
Yeah, but the standard length of our pro players are always 5 years. But
that's a very long time. Like, no, people understand. That's a very long time, man. It's not like NBA contracts where it's
very long.
And it's not like an NBA contract where 2 years. That's art. 3 years. With an opt-out for your third year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you can play for a club for 2 years and say, I'm going to opt out of my final year and become a free agent. 5 years is a long time, man. 5 years is damn near half a career.
So, I want Leipzig to win the league.
Why?
So 2 reasons why. One, so I can hear the complaining about the 50+1 rule and the ownership structure of Leipzig. Just so the German media can complain about that, because it's funny. And two, in hope that Ramonich and Holmes gets fired or voted off the board. Because the only time Bayern fans are going to take note is...
But Oliver Kahn already shake up the club.
Yeah, he's already shaking it up, but he's not the president. So how much changes can he do if he's not the president of the club? And that's what I want. I want these two jackasses to leave. I want them out because they're not looking at the best interest of Bayern as a footballing institution. They're looking at football from a commercial perspective. Like, we appointed Kovac as the coach.
No, but I think... No, I wouldn't say that. At the time, Kovac was one of the better Bundesliga coaches. You have to remember what he was doing with Frankfurt. I could understand why they gave him a chance.
He is not a Bayern fit.
No, hold on. And you have to remember that your legendary coach was the one who co-signed him.
True, but
which is
we
not.
all know how this, like, they never from Careless Ferguson when he beat David Moyes.
No, but I wouldn't justify that the same. I wouldn't justify that the same because David Moyes never put Everton in that good of a position. And then on top of that, Kovac's Frankfurt team beat Bayern
Well,
for a trophy.
They won the Pokal.
Yeah, so my point is that you can't wrong them for giving him a chance. And he didn't do as bad as David Moyes did at Man U.
No, he didn't do a bad, but
So yeah, it didn't work out, but I don't want to make it look like it was that bad. And even under Ancelotti, things weren't perfect. Who's a Champions League winning manager?
That was one of the two, very good.
Yeah, but my point is that even a Champions League winning, multiple Champions League winning manager still had struggles with this Bayern squad. So
yeah, because the squad should have been gutted after Pep left. Because when you look at this Bayern squad, you're telling me that it's just now you decide to look for a replacement.
Oh, read the messages on Discord, sir.
Like you never think you should have replaced them before? But we have to put a full stop right here on the Bundesliga point. We will have to revisit it back again in our next podcast. So thank you for listening. Join us back for our next podcast, our next footballing one. You can also remember to join us for our general League Sports podcast. Mario, any final words you want to say?
Yeah, I think we're on Anchor. You can listen to us on Anchor. You can listen to us on Spotify and a few other platforms. And the more platforms I think we'll put on, we'll tell you as we go along. And yeah, that's basically my final words. And I want football to be competitive again and fun again.
I want football to be fun again. So, on that note, have a wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon. Thank you for listening. And
and Syria and the Syria people them really need to stop give everything to Cristiano Ronaldo. Let the man decline. No, it's like nobody know if I accept him decline.
Let the man decline in peace.
No, but nobody know if I accept him decline. But yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Alright then. So, thank you guys and see you again.